mean, even for me, even as a local, like a Muslim local, even I was scared, even though I'm not gonna do the crimes, you know?
So the 5 misconception or misunderstanding about Brunei.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you hear? What did you hear about Brunei?
Well, the most thing for Malaysian, we heard that all Brunei are rich. Yep. So is that true?
People usually relate Brunei's richness to our fuel, our minyak, but it's mainly the government is very, I wouldn't say rich. It's like resourceful from the minyak, from the petrol, from the fuel. Not fuel. Oh my god. Fossil. So it's mainly the government that's like controlling the fossil. And in terms of like individual families of Bruneians, we're quite just middle class, I would say, in average, but not saying that we don't have poverty. We do have poverty in Brunei, so that's why we have quite a lot of humanitarian NGOs doing charity work in Brunei to help those in poverty lah. But even so, the government is actually helping helping these underprivileged families with a scheme called Bantuan Japim, or like it's literally like giving them allowance lah monthly, but only for those who needed it. And that's another misconception as well about Brunei. People thought that everyone would have allowance from the government,
that too,
or from the Sultan. No, we don't. It's only for the underprivileged, and you have to apply for it. And they would, like screen you or do some
you say welfare kind
screening,
of thing, right?
So, welfare kind of thing. Bantuan. I think Malaysia, do you guys have like a
same here. But do you have homeless there?
Scarce, very scarce. I've only met one in my life, and I'm not too sure if he's homeless because he's just been around. I've never really seen So basically, I've never seen like someone who would sleep in the street so far. Alhamdulillah, I just realized that now. Mashallah, how blessed we are. We don't really have a lot of homeless people lah. And basically because since we were small, everyone is kind of related. So if someone is having financial issues or needed family support, someone will always be there to step in most of the time. Especially those with probably medical issues or mental health issues, living alone. There will always someone, an extended family, who would come in to check on them and whatnot. Most of the time.
Is there any orphanage there?
Orphanage? We do have orphans, but not orphanage, bukan rumah anak yatim, I would say. I don't think so. No. So we don't even have nursing home. Yeah.
Oh, you don't?
In Brunei.
Oh.
We used to though, but I heard it's closed. So that's interesting. So, it's kind of I'm not too sure if it's a political thing, but it's more of a cultural thing, right? You're supposed to take care of your, grandparents.
Elderly,
no matter what.
So if they don't have younger generation to take care of them, what happened to them? Do you know? Never the case?
Not too sure though. But it depends on the medical condition as well. So for example, we have in Brunei, we have this dementia community group, and there are a few elderlies who still live alone with dementia. Imagine that, living their daily activities but having dementia. So what these group do, they would send volunteers to check on them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a home care team, right?
Yeah. So doing house visits and whatnot.
Right.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so the rest I pretty much Googled them. So I think the people in the West kind of thought that Brunei is actually in the Middle East.
Oh.
So, I know that's not true.
of course, because we're neighbors. So to those who live probably in the western side of the world, Brunei is not in Middle East. We don't look Middle Eastern. We look Asian. That's one. Brunei is. I think I kind of understand why they would think we're in the Middle East. Probably because of the fossil. Yeah, because I mean, Middle Eastern
known for that.
Known for fossil fuels also, right? But Brunei is located in Southeast Asia. We're part of ASEAN members as well, so we're far away from Middle East.
Yeah, and I think one of the other famous thing that the Western people thought is that people in Brunei, they are not safe because of the Sharia law.
Good question.
Yeah. Can you comment on that?
The first time it got implemented, it actually shook the whole world. Like, why is Brunei implementing this Sharia law? It's so barbaric. But I think the more you don't know, the more you fear about it. So the first, I mean, even for me, even as a local, like a Muslim local, even I was scared, even though I'm not gonna do the crimes, But the government took like good initiatives to actually educate the people in Brunei, and that includes other races as well, like different language. They deliver the lecture to Chinese community as well in Mandarin, in different language, just to educate the people there's nothing to be afraid of. Because when it comes to Sharia law, it's very strict, it's very strict. Like, if you're gonna commit the crime, you have to have 4 witnesses. So for example, if you're gonna do theft, you're not gonna do theft in public. So either way, it's gonna be charged under civil law, like it's not gonna be charged under Sharia law unless there's like specific criteria and requirement. And even like you got caught by video camera or CCTV, it won't be counted as a witness. And they even have like criteria for the witnesses as well. So I mean, this kind of thing, people need to know more about it. Like, if you're scared going to Brunei, apalagi like us, like the locals who are living with this law, but there's nothing to be afraid of because it's very strict. And if you're not gonna do the crime, then there's nothing to be worried about unless you're actually planning to. And people are against how like the rejam for gay people or stoning. I mean, to those who are scared of traveling to Brunei just because of the Sharia law, you shouldn't. As long as you're not committing the crimes, it's fine, and you can dress however you want. But I mean, if you're frequent backpackers or travelers, you would understand how going to other countries, you have to respect some cultures. So if you feel like respecting other cultures, then if you feel like dressing up would feel you're respecting it, then go for it. But if you don't feel comfortable in modest wear and more comfortable in shorts or tank tops or whatnot, you feel free to do it as well. There's no harm for you to come in here, like dress however you want. And Sharia law does not apply to non-Muslims. It only applies for the Muslims. So
I
nothing
think that
to be
is
worried
what they
about.
don't understand. Yeah.
Yes.
And also, you're not gonna easily be charged using the Sharia law. There are so many protocols you need to go through, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Talking about traveling. So is it true we don't need visa to travel to Brunei?
To be honest, I googled it. So I'm not as helpful. But in terms of visa, I think if you're staying here longer, it's the same as Singapore or wherever you want. I I think you need visa if you're staying here for longer. But apart from that, I think you just need to check with your travel agents and whatnot. But
or check
I think
your country's embassy, because it also
Yes.
differs to each country, right?
Yeah. And fun fact, it's not fun to be honest. It's quite political. Political fact, Brunei does not allow entrance for those with Israel punya passport.
Same here. Our passport says we Malaysian cannot enter Israel.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't exist. How can we enter anyway, right?
Yeah.
And Israeli cannot enter Malaysia too. So it's same goes with Brunei, right? Yep. All right. Thank you for watching the very first episode of the Tete. I will be very much interested if you would like to talk about your culture. Just email me and tell me more about yourself, and inshallah I will be contacting you. Bye.